What's up, guys? August.sports.com, back with a free Tuesday NBA play. Tuesday, April 29th, we're looking at the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks. Of course, if you haven't, make sure you head on over to Doc Sports and get on my 7-unit NBA best bet, which goes tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Been cleaning up with the NBA. 68% winners in the NBA the last 34 days. Almost $5,000 in profit. So it's been highly, highly successful, especially on the big plays in the playoffs, over 60% on those. So they're available at Doc Sports. Okay, let's move on to the free pick in this one. Now, unfortunately, we did come up short with Detroit here in the last game. We had Detroit on the money line. They lost by 1. We should have won that game, put it that way. We were up 10 late in the fourth quarter, allowed the Knicks back into the game. Karl Anthony Towns hit a ton of impossible shots. That fadeaway from the corner, that's like a 5% shot. That just doesn't happen. That just doesn't go in, but it did. And then, of course, we were fouled on the 3 at the end there. Should have had 3 free throws to win that game. Would have only needed 2 of them, and we would have come out ahead with the money line play on the Pistons. The NBA just came out and announced that they admit that they missed the foul call on that. That makes it even tougher. Should have won that game. Shit happens. All right. Now, Detroit have played the Knicks. They've played them super tough in this series for the most part, despite having these long lulls in their offensive performance. They have these moments of playing awful basketball. Even in this game here, the last game that I was just talking about, that first half was brutal. It's hard to watch at times. Now, the thing is, though, with this game, I'm a big believer in market efficiency. Nothing has really changed with these two teams from game 1 and game 2, apart from situational stuff. And if you look at the Knicks in game 1, they were -7. And then in game 2, -6.5. And now we're all the way down at -5.5. Now, outside of 7, 5 and 6 in the NBA are the second and third most common numbers that a game will land on. As far as the total goes in this, a small lean, a little bit of a side note, I do like the under at 214. Which I saw was available at FanDuel here. We see a sharp book like Bookmake here down at 212.5, 213 at some respected books. I think this 214 at FanDuel and at Rivers holds some value just from a pure market standpoint. So if you like the under, definitely jump on that. I think that likely comes down. When it comes to the side, I think there's value at 5, which you can get at Circa at -115. Or if you can buy a -5.5 down to -120 or better, I would do that as well, just because these key numbers I mentioned. 7 being the most common, but then 5 and 6. You kind of clear all of those with the push probability if you can buy down to that 5. Now, I will say, as I mentioned, the under, I do think this series is going to play out more and more gritty, like the last game. With 2 of the last 3 have been that way. We had the outlier there, but I think they're going to play out more like these 2 here. So, the free play, though, officially, -5, -115, or -20, depending on what you can get. Remember, my top 7-unit play is in the NBA tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, you can go to docsports.com/free60, get a free $60 account. Or if you're an existing user, just log in to the grid. You log into your account, and the grid comes up. You can get today's top play for just $30. Hop on that, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to cash this one. Thank you guys for watching. This is August Young, Doc Sports.